Hallo, mein Name ist Jethro Compton, ich bin Autor und Regisseur und habe in den letzten Jahren einige Stücke am Theater der Jugend inszeniert. Im Renaissance-Theater die großen Abenteuer der kleinen Crew und auch Prinz und Bettelknabe. Und im Theater im Zentrum Schlamm, Oliver Twist und nächste Woche wäre die Premiere von Krieg der Welten gewesen. Ich komme aus England und deshalb werde ich meine Geschichte heute auf Englisch lesen. Das ist die Einleitung einer Kurzgeschichte namens Das Tal der Drachen oder auf Englisch The Dragon Valley. Meine Heimat ist im Südwesten Englands, genannt Cornwall oder Colonel, und von dieser Heimat handelt diese Geschichte, die ich vor einigen Jahren geschrieben habe. The wind caught the sails of the little wooden boat as it made its way across the bay. The pure blue sky was carefully littered with soft white clouds, almost motionless in the still summer afternoon. Waves lapped about the boat, lifting it gently and lowering it gentler still as father and son made their journey down the coast. Not yet 30 years old, Pirans' father was almost as much a boy as Piran himself. He loved to be at sea, with the wind in his hair and the salt water on his skin. There was freedom out here. The two had taken the opportunity of the calm afternoon and perfect summer weather to launch the boat out onto the water. The boat had sat all winter in a barn, as Piran's father had lovingly restored her to her former glory. Every weekend, since the spring had come, the two would listen to the weather forecast, waiting patiently for the perfect conditions. And now, on this perfect summer's day, those perfect conditions had arrived. The tide carried the boat into the next cove, and Piran listened eagerly as his father shared stories of this ancient land, of folklore and myths that had passed down the generations. Piran had heard this particular story on a number of occasions from the comfort of his bed, but hearing it from a boat on the water, looking back toward the shore, he listened to the story as if it were for the first time. His father pointed into the valley beyond the shore. This is where it landed. This is where it came to rest. Piran looked out to a long green meadow that weaved its path between two vast hills, snaking its way from a narrow point on the horizon until it reached the water and forced its way out into the sea. The hills on each side, Piran's father continued, there are the wings. In the distance, that's the tail. Between the hills is the body, and here is the head. Piran could see it so clearly, the tail, the body, the head, and the wings. A dragon. How did it get there? Asked the boy. Many years ago. You see, in Cornwall, dragons lived for thousands of years. They'd fill the skies around the coast, hunting and fighting. Fighting? But they weren't evil, were they? Piran already knew the answer to this question, but he wanted to hear it again. His father shook his head. The dragons protected the people here. They protected the entire land. Protected them from what? From enemies. From raiders, from storms, from all kinds of danger. The dragons watched over the land and its people. But where did they go? Piran questioned. Why aren't there dragons here anymore? Well, you see, once the land was safe, the dragons' work was done. They weren't needed anymore. But that didn't mean they left, his father explained. The dragons were old, they were tired, and when they were no longer needed, they went to sleep. He lifted his hand and pointed towards the valley. That's one of them there, sleeping for hundreds and thousands of years, with its eyes to the sea, keeping watch, keeping us safe. So it isn't dead then? Asked Piran, again already knowing the answer. No, it isn't dead. Of course not. Dragons live forever. It's like a volcano, lying dormant under the earth, waiting for its time. How long has it been asleep? No one knows. I'd like to see it fly. Piran imagined the dragon rising from its sleep and soaring out over the ocean. Maybe, son, maybe one day you will. The wind lifted the canvas sail and pushed their boat forward, moving on from the valley and towards the next cove. And as they sailed further along the coast, the stories moved with them. But Piran couldn't help but think of the dragon, and wonder of its past, of the people it had saved, of the adventures it might have known.